ideas of campaigns that came out of that. So one was divestment, that we've seen the BDS, boycott, divestment, and sanctions work, starting to really work against BDS, against Israel on behalf of Palestine. And now you're seeing congressmen writing laws saying that it's illegal to participate in BDS. A letter recently was signed by all 50 governors saying that they were opposed or they wanted to make it illegal, which is absolutely against the First Amendment. We know that, but they're trying to do this, which shows that it's starting to work. And they're getting afraid of it, and so they feel like they have to push back against that. So one of the campaigns that came out of the World Beyond War Conference was divestment. How can we work on that? Another one was international law. You may or may not know that there's something called the International Criminal Court, which hears war crimes. The U.S. is not a party to that. We have not signed on to say we subject ourselves to the rules of international law. So that was another avenue that World Beyond War is going on. And the third, the one that I think might be the most practical for us to jump on, is close U.S. military bases overseas. There are upwards of 1,000 of them in this globe. Some of them are not full-fledged what you think of as bases with commissaries and PXs and barracks. Some of them are very small. Some are outposts, but there's still a military presence, an American military presence in a foreign country. I was stationed in Tunisia where there's no American base, but I worked at the embassy, and I worked in the Office of Defense Cooperation. And there were a handful of people there that worked with the local militaries, and we did joint exercises, and we made it possible for American aircraft to come in and use their air bases. So it's probably even more pervasive than we think, because there are military presence when you don't even think about the embassy. So this is a campaign that I think we can really get some traction on. World Beyond War has over 65,000 people who've signed on to the Pledge of Peace saying, I understand, this is a paraphrase, but I understand the war is reprehensible, there's no redeeming value in it, and I pledge to work non-violently to end it. We have 65,000 people all over the world who've signed that pledge, and they come from 153 different countries. Now, just wrap your head around that. You know, not that long ago, we never would have been able to communicate with people in 153 different countries. Now, what if we could harness that energy, that momentum, that potential to globally push back against the American imperialistic, materialistic system? So so I'm thinking if we can get people in these countries, 1,000 of them all over the world, if we can get them through World Beyond War, through WILPF, under other international entities, to organize globally. We have a day where everybody protests in front of the American embassy or in front of the American military base. They block the entrance to it. I mean, there's ideas that I think that are exciting about the potential of doing that. And the other thing I will mention about closing military bases, like I said, is a campaign I really want to get behind, is the U.S. Peace Council. Does anybody know Al Marder? Okay, well, the U.S. Peace Council is forming up right now a coalition of organizations, and we're calling ourselves the Coalition Against U.S. Foreign Military Bases. And there are several entities that are signing on to this coalition. WILPF is one of them. World Beyond War is one of them, Veterans for Peace. And we're planning to have a conference in January. We believe in Baltimore, that's still in the working stages. World Beyond War is taking the lead on organizing it. But this is something I think can really get momentum, something that's tangible, that we can really work on. Better than maybe international law is kind of ephemeral, people don't understand that. So that is one of the directions that I personally would like to see WILPF pour some energy into, especially because we're international. We have people in these countries. So that is my kind of spiel about what I see. I don't know if that's what everybody else wants to do, but that's one thing I would like to suggest that we'll do moving forward. So.